So how did you get into photography?
I lived in London for a year in the early 90s, and I met a lot of photographers when I was working at a PR agency there. I always enjoyed art and things like that at school, and just by default, I actually originally wanted to make music videos, but at the time at college in South Africa, I never sort of mastered the art of speaking the Afrikaans language, and that was one of the subjects in the first year of the video filmmaking course. So photography was a sort of second choice I stumbled upon, but I'm quite glad that I did. Yeah, I've had got to do a lot of wonderful things and meet a lot of amazing people.
And so you built this career up over the decades, and
Yes.
you've been doing this alongside other things in Dubai.
I've been doing photography is what I would say is my job.
Right.
I do a lot of this sort of advertising work here and the lifestyle things with the hotel groups and advertising agencies and various other things. But I also do a lot of my own little projects and side things, for a bit of creative freedom. I think a lot of the fellow photographers also do the same, and makeup artists and hairstylists, etc. And this project, We Can Be Heroes, is one of those.
So where did the concept come from for this?
Well, I'm probably one of the world's worst procrastinators, so I've had this idea for quite some time. I just like the idea of, it's basically, going against the grain of the stereotypical superhero, the perfect bodies, the beautiful face, superpowers. I just really want to celebrate real people, and the sort of style in these photographs is very gritty. And then also, I like the fact of doing that because it's something that I enjoy. It kind of goes with the kind of style of photography I do in a lot of my personal things. But it's mostly a celebration of people, and there's a big slice of humor in there too. So, and I mean, people see my original character, my aging Superman, beaten and bruised and smoking. I think most people quite enjoy that, and they have a good laugh. There are a number of other ones with him ironing his cape and various things. I've also happened to photograph his wife, Superwoman.
Okay,
Yeah, it's been
so
fantastic.
you've chosen the superheroes that most of us would know.
Yes. Well, there are going to be Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, the Green Lantern, Spider-Man. So the ones that people would know, would know most of from big budget Hollywood films and things like that. We started steering away from the other characters, more the baddies, if you'd say, and focusing mainly on the heroes. But all done in this very gritty, sort of humorous kind of style. So, it's a fun project. It's a lot of work. But I've got a wonderful company called Aflamna who are helping me with the crowdfunding side of this. And we had a live studio set up at Comic-Con weekend before last, which was 3 very long days. But it was great fun, and lots of people in the UAE and the region that had travelled in their amazing costumes. Saw some brilliant stuff. Entire families of people dressed as zombies and things like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of Emiratis, which I was quite surprised about, that really making the effort. So I got a lot of support from that on that day, and then I've had a lot of nice support on the Aflamna website, with people pledging, making donations and receiving. Well, they will receive gifts, which will be limited edition prints and things. So I've just sold another $500 one yesterday, actually, to someone, which is really nice.
So this is how the Aflamna website works, doesn't it? You
Yes.
ask for people to pledge,
Yes.
and in return they will get some kind of reward.
Some kind of reward, yeah. So it's a pledge and reward system. Obviously, the more you pledge, the more limited those rewards are, but obviously the more expensive the pledge would be. But there's also various other projects on there, some very, short films and design and comics and things like that. So people should check it out. It's some interesting things, a lot of creativity and a lot of talent in the region. And I think that is largely to do with the massive cultural mix of people from all over the place kind of influencing each other. So, yeah, there's a lot of nice projects on there. Mine is the only photo project at the moment. While we're doing the crowdfunding thing, I'm carrying on with the project anyway and setting up the shoots. Next weekend I should be in Satwa with a Batman Robin and a tandem bicycle. That should be fun.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Talking to Martin Beck, the photographer, who's working on a new project called We Can Be Heroes. Essentially, it's taking normal people,
Correct.
Photographing them in a Superman or a Batman costume.
Yes.
But, creating this sort of normality of people. Is that the reality?
Yeah, that's the sort of basis of it. It's just basically highlighting the fact that you don't have to have the perfect looks and the perfect body to be a hero. There's many ways of doing that. When I think of a lot of the chaps that I work with in my industry, They see their families once a year. They're from Nepal and Sri Lanka and India. So they're working really hard and very long hours, but providing for their families back at home. So, you know, and in the eyes of their families, and in my eyes, those guys are heroes because they're kind of uncelebrated. But so the whole idea behind the project is to showcase regular folks, you know, but also make, when people see the photographs, they'll enjoy the kind of styling and sort of a lighting and effect element to it, but also enjoy the kind of comedy element, you know. So really,
I suppose it's nice that it's an antithesis to the kind of celebrity culture that's been created in society.
Yes.
Some that can be seen as maybe perhaps very vacuous.
Yes, well, you know, I think a lot of people buy into the kind of VIP lifestyle. You know, I think the majority of the population here are obviously not like that. Well, I'm certainly not. We're just regular folks, you know, working hard, trying to pay the bills, trying to have a few fun, you know, times out and things like that. But all my characters, the men, the women, the kids, just normal people from normal families. Most of them I've met before. And
yes, so I was about to ask where you found these people from. Are they people that you've come across in your day-to-day life?
I mean, it's quite hard to convince a 40-year-old man to put some very tight spandex on. So I'm working on some of them at the minute, but I've got some wonderful volunteers that are very keen in being involved in the project, and it's a big help, you know, and a few other folks helping me with the lighting equipment. A company called Action Films who've given me all the lighting equipment to use for this project for free, which is, you know, a great expense. So people are putting in the time and effort and helping me along the way. My agents at Magnet Photo Production also, they've made a very nice contribution. So yeah, we're doing it, and it's great fun.
So, as I think mentioned beforehand, how many different subjects are you photographing?
We're aiming at the end to have 30 prints. But there can be another Superman character, so it's not limited to only one person. I think we've identified 12 different characters. So I think it's a bit before Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Batman, Bat-Kid, Bat-Baby, you know, all across the board. Yeah, you know, young and old, whole families of people doing weird and wonderful stuff. You know, things they might not normally do, but also, you know, people who do normal jobs, the jobs that we just take for granted. Delivery guys, people like that. You know, service center, mechanics, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You know, the labourer guys and the sites and things. The difficult part is, you know, getting access to the locations to make these shoots happen. But we've got a lot of people kind of helping along the way, because I think a lot of people really enjoying the idea behind the project.
What do you look for when you're trying to find a location? What is it that you're trying to find yourself?
Something that, well, because I'm doing the project here, a lot of the shots, they almost need to be identifiable as being the UAE. You know, so, you know, landmarks and backgrounds and things like that. People can say, okay, that's shot there or that shot there. It's just things that tie in with the whole sort of idea behind it. You know, so, you know, Batman and Robin on a tandem bike riding through the streets of Satwa has got a real kind of gritty feel to it. You know, especially when you've got an oversized Robin in a very small spandex costume sitting on the handlebars. You know, so that's the antithesis of the whole thing, is those kind of gritty locations, but it's not necessarily only limited to that. You know, the costumes are, we buy them, we mess them up a little bit, you know. Yeah. You know,
so when
a little bit of gritty edge, you'd call it.
So when this project is done, when you've completed all the photographs, what do you hope will happen next?
Well, what we hope to happen is to have a sort of launch evening exhibit. Hopefully either auction off or sell the first edition of each of these prints. And then from a personal level, I intend to donate that money, and any money I actually raise on the crowdfunding site above and beyond the projected cost for the project to a charity. So I've been talking with the chaps from Super Hope, who are doing a fantastic job with the children's cancer charity here, and I'm hoping that to be the tie-up. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm doing it because I love it, but also because I love the idea of doing my little bit and giving something back. That's quite important to me.
Thanks, Martin, for coming in today.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
If people want to find out more, people want to help you along the road, what's the best thing for them to do?
The best thing they can do is if they can go to Facebook and just search We Can Be Heroes by Martin Beck Project, and the various links are on there, or they can go on to www.aflamna.com, and the project's on there with a little video, which is quite funny, and it shows you the various pledges and supporters and all the various information and why we're doing it, how we're doing it, when we're doing it, and why we're doing it.